Well, good morning! Beautiful fall day. It's so great to see everybody's smiling faces. And I think a lot of you found something fun to make rattle and roll with. So this is going to be a fun, rhythmic service.
You can keep your instruments throughout the service, and if the Spirit moves you, go ahead and play. But there's two, we passed them out because this is the last week of our Power to the People, but this is the wrap-up of it. What does a world that works for everyone look like? So we're going to do a couple of songs like that, and particularly the special music and the offertory. And you could certainly use your rhythm instrument on those.
Yeah, the weather is changing, and so is the guitar too.
So are the strings.
That's great.
Definitely. That'll work.
Well, we might as well start off with something very traditional, and I invite you to stand up and sing with us if you would like.
This is a spiritual, and it comes from a spiritual, and it's a song called Come and Go With Me to That Land. And so this is the land that we are making for everyone. And it goes like this. Well, come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land.
Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. With me to that land where I'm bound. sensing that energy of love right here in this room. Woo! And out on Zoom.
And you could change your outfits, but you can't fool me, you witches.
It's so great.
I recognize some of you out there. So this is
our next song is one of my favorites. You know, we're just old folkies. What can I say?
Well, we got to calm it down a little, or the podium person would be freaking.
Got to settle it down for Devin.
We both go which by the way. Oh, and it's still a devil.
My peace is all I've got that I can give to you. My peace is all I've ever had. It's all I ever knew. I give my peace to green and black, to red and white and blue. My peace is all I've got that I can give to you. My peace is all I've got. It's all I've ever known. My peace is worth 1,000 times more than anything I own. I pass my peace around and around, cross hands of every Jew. My peace is all I've got that I can give
Thank you, Chip and Bucky. Boo. Good morning. Welcome to the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Steve Van Meter, your senior minister, and it is my honor and privilege to welcome you here this morning. I know you have a lot of places you could be, but you found yourself here. You made it. This is the place to be. And if you're on Zoom, welcome. Good morning. And boy, did we have fun on Friday night. Woo! Oh, man. And for those of you that couldn't make it, I recorded the entire party. Will be available on Zoom. That should be fun, right? But we want to do what we do every Sunday morning here at the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, and that's read our vision mission statement, which says, we are an open, loving, spiritual community dedicated to evolving consciousness through teaching spiritual principles. And that's what we do here. We teach spiritual principles, so sit back, relax. We have a wonderful program planned for you, but we're going to start with some announcements. First off, we have a can in front that people are giving donations, and we want to thank everybody that donates to that because it does help our community. Anybody that needs a food pantry, we make food available. It's just important that the food that we give is not expired because we go to a lot of trouble to cart that to the places, and then they just throw it away if it's past the due date. So please check your due dates. If they are past the due date, go ahead and just jettison them because they won't take them at the food banks, okay? but we did give a donation. And where did we give it this time? The Rock. Yeah, yeah. So we give to different charities depending on who's open and who's available and that sort of thing. But we want to continue doing those donations. The Respond with Love bumper stickers are now available for $5 as part of the fundraiser to raise the roof. We are so close to our goal. In April, when we started our Raise the Roof fundraiser, it was a $20,000 to put a new roof on, and we put the new roof on, and now we're paying our roofer because they gave us some credit, and we're within $1,000. So we have raised $19,000. And what I can say is, somebody put a roof on here so that when you came, it would be here for you, and you are roofing someone else's spiritual experience that you may not know, because you believe in this teaching and in this positive, affirmative energy. You have put a roof on your spiritual home. So days like this, when it's kind of misty and raining outside, you don't have to worry about your spiritual center getting wet, because the water is going where it needs to in the downspouts, not inside. I want to thank everybody. Tai Chi classes. Tai Chi classes are held every Tuesday from 10 to 11 o'clock over in the LEC building. It's $15, and it's a perfect for both beginners and those with prior experience, and there's a sign-up sheet in the back. Please support our Tai Chi. We need to get a couple more people for it to continue, but if you can be here on Tuesdays and spend the $15, it's well worth it. It's a mind-body experience, and Sanju is a well-trained facilitator. We'd love to have you here. GPCSL's Halloween party and fundraiser. Woohoo! Friday night, the Full Moon Project. We still have a little remnant. I haven't taken the sign down yet over our teaching symbol. And we raised, after paying the band and what it cost for the costume prizes, over $900, which got us to the within $1,000 of our goal. And thank you to everybody who has given. I mean, it was the band actually had a tip jar out here, and we made a little extra money too. And it was just a wonderful experience had by all. But we're looking at doing it again in the next couple months just for fun. I mean, not as a fundraiser, because we had so much fun. We had 40 people in the costume contest. I mean, we probably had 70 people here hanging out throughout the evening. And what a great celebration. I mean, what a great time. And I love playing the bass, but playing bass in my spiritual home is like, it's a ministry on top of a ministry on top of a ministry. I'm just like in heaven. Merlin once said, I saw you in heaven on Friday night. So yeah, I was definitely in my element having fun. But if you can love what you do and do what you love and get paid for it, then it's why you're here, right? I want to give a special thank you to Shirley Bayet and her son Phil, because of her generous donation, we have hot water in the kitchen again, and a brand new dishwasher. Now let me tell you, we want to bless that old dishwasher because it was a hand-me-down before I got here, and I've been here for 8 years, and it was somebody else's dishwasher in their home before it found a home here, and served us wonderfully for many years, even with cold water. Luckily, it had a heating element that would sterilize it. But now we have hot water, for those things that won't fit in the dishwasher. We don't have to boil water anymore. This is a huge thing, you know. It's like our spiritual home is coming together, you know? I mean, you know, we're keeping this place, you know, going for the next, you know, it's been here for 52 years, so we're going to keep going for another 150. So again, personally thank Shirley, just because if you see her, she's a board member. She does stuff that we don't even know that she does, and it's just great to have people that actually, you know, everybody supports it in their own way. You just by showing up is supporting it. But when somebody does something that we don't have to pay for out of our tithe, it's a wonderful support of your spiritual home. Okay, our metaphysical book study is every Sunday morning from 9 to 9:45 in the LEC. We're still studying the Science of Mind book by this guy named Dr. Ernest Holmes. I don't know. He's got a couple books out. You might check them out. And also we have a meditation group that meets every Sunday morning in the LEC for 15 minutes. It's from 9:50 to 10:05, facilitated by our practitioners. We have the Awakened Introvert book, which is on sale in the bookstore. It's 20% off. This is what we're pushing this week. So please, if you find yourself needing to awaken your introvert, this is the book to get. Our flowers. Let's see, where am I on mine? Let's see. Flowers are a carriover from last year. So aren't they beautiful? There are Halloween fall decor, so it's great to have something. Is there anybody that's here for the first time? First timers? We have a little package for you, and I think you're from California. Well, welcome as you visit our wonderful state, and we're so blessed to have you here. And stay after. We have some wonderful food, and we're just grateful that you found yourself here this morning. Blessings. Anybody got a cell phone? Oh, man, I hope I turned mine off. Turn off your cell phones, put them on stun, or leave them in the car, or whatever you want to do, but just make sure God doesn't call you in the middle of my wonderful talk. But if it does, just let him know I'm busy. Okay, so it's time where we stand and we sing, "We Are One."
Good morning, everyone. I'm Deborah Perdue, your practitioner for the day, and also the devil. No, We don't believe in the devil, so they're just horns. I'm honored to serve as your podium practitioner today. It's my joy and pleasure to be up here. What is a practitioner and what do we do? There's a gold flyer in the seat back that you can read if you aren't familiar with what practitioners do. And basically what we do is we pray for anyone who asks us to. And everyone loves that. All of us practitioners love to pray for other people and ourselves. So I don't see the yellow. Okay, we have a yellow sheet that's our prayer request, and you can fill that out. They are also found in the seat back. Everyone brought them out. And you can also put your prayer request online at grantspastcsl.org. And this one, the blue form, is for demonstration. That's the manifestation of what you asked to pray for, and you know that it'll come true for you because they do. And I have noticed that we have way more demonstrations than we used to, and that's awesome. So today, our table practitioner is Janice Garrity. Yay! She's holding the high watch for our service today, just sending love and light and peace and joy all around the room and to the Zoom people and even beyond. And she can direct you to a practitioner for prayer after the service. Will the practitioners who are available for prayer please raise your hand? So we have quite a few, and Janice will either pray directly with you or direct you to someone else. And use us for this miracle minute, that's what we call it, after the service. And it can be for more good, it doesn't have to be for a problem. So remember that too. Let's read the prayer together. I forgot the gratitude. Let's say the gratitude first. And then we'll do the prayer. Standing in my authentic power, I appreciate welcoming a world that works for everyone. And the prayer. I stand strong and unmoved as I take a stand for truth. I am clear, loving, and kind as I allow myself to be for something and against nothing. We're going to sing I Am Love. Please remain seated as we sing. Today's topic is a world that works for everyone. This is a vision all the CSLs hold, and it is not impossible. In my prayer time, I envision this for us every day. When we are so inundated with politics and division, it may be hard to see this world shifting to more justice, peace, and unity. Yet I know it can be. It starts with each of us in our own hearts and minds. I'm going to read another message from the 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. Afterwards, let's be in silence together, contemplating these wise words, and I'll let you know when it's time to come back. May our minds be so open to the infinite abundance of love and beauty, compassion and goodness, simplicity and sincerity that it flows around the world, bringing back, as it must, the joy that is God. Let our song be full and all the weight and the burden fall away as we face the sun. Let us silence all fear, all doubt, all pain, and identify ourselves with the living Spirit. Let us commune with that presence and use that power in the beauty and quiet of this moment. Breathe into us, O Eternal Spirit, everything that stands for beauty, everything that is meant by power, law, and order, warmth and color, the artistry of life, and the certainty of love and friendship. Impregnate our souls now with thy Spirit. Infinite God within and around us, we feel thy presence in our souls. There is one life, and that is God. There is one perfect presence, which is good. Infinite Spirit within us, eternal presence. I am that which thou art that which I am. Let us turn to that divine and radiant center of life, the light that lights every person's path, and consciously unify ourselves with the great love, wisdom, and power of the Eternal One. I am that which thou art that which I am. So let's go into silence for a minute or two. And I'll let you know when it's time to come back. We can bring our consciousness back to this room right now. I am feeling and knowing that oneness that is within each and every one of us and is in fact everywhere permeates our being. Let's bask in peace, bask in joy, bask in unity, and know that we are helping to bring more love and light to this world. I know that the message from Rev Steve is a blessing to all of us, that the music is sacred, and that we uplift ourselves and each other, spreading more of the good of God everywhere we go. We are blessed, and I am thankful. And we say together, and so it is. So it's time for more special music by Bucky and Chip, and then Reverend Steve's great talk. Thank you.
Guess what? You get to use all those instruments again. Yeah.
I have the first demonstration of the morning. I started I Am Loved in, for some inexplicable reason, in the completely wrong key. And I prayed on the fly that I could transpose it as I went along.
But we managed. And we know we're loved. All right, now we're going to play your song in the correct key.
Yes, in the correct key.
And this is where everybody gets to use their shaker. So it has kind of a...
In 2008,
Okay?
wrote a global heart statement.
Right.
And it was so good. It had such wonderful phrases in it that I thought I needed to try to turn it into some kind of a song that people could sing together. So this,
There'll be places where you'll know where it's coming
it's like you can just play your instruments or you can sing along wherever you want. And I called it The Rhythm of a Global Heart.
Yeah, clapping works too. You're getting it.
the ocean. There are people who understand. Spirit is in motion. Can you feel it stirring? Something new has begun. A vision of sharing in a world that works for everyone. Now I can feel the rhythm of a global heart beating, beating. I can feel the rhythm of a global heart and it's beating inside of me. I can feel the rhythm of a global heart beating, beating. I can feel the rhythm of a global heart and it's beating inside of me. And don't you know it's a natural flow when you plant the seed and start to grow. Each day we see one world turn with everything new hearts are learning. See the vision that we see, a world of one humanity. Oh, namaste. All around the world. Namaste. All around the world. I can't see a world that shares its wealth, where hunger is replaced by health, with beauty around us, freedom inside us, the wisdom spirit to be that guide us. Oh, now I can feel the rhythm of the global heart beating, beating. I can feel the rhythm of a global heart and it's beating inside of me. Everybody would say, I can feel the rhythm of the global heart beating, beating. I can feel the rhythm of the global heart and it's beating inside of me. I can't see a world without borders, with homes for all God's sons and daughters, a world in which we can forgive and make a place where everyone can live in peace. Oh, namaste. All around the world. Namaste. All around the world. Oh, no more fear, no more confusion. We'll build a bridge across illusion. We cannot be torn apart when we share one global heart. All right, now I can feel the rhythm of a global heart and it's beating, beating. I can feel the rhythm of a global heart and it's beating inside of me. Namaste. Feel the rhythm of the global heart. All around the world. I can feel the rhythm of the global heart. All around the world. All around the world. I can feel the rhythm of the global heart. Beating, beating. I can feel the rhythm of the global heart and it's beating inside of me. Yes, I can feel the rhythm of the global heart beating, beating. I can feel the rhythm of the global heart and it's beating inside of me. And it's all around the world. Great job, everybody.
Well, let's hear it for Chip and Bucky, huh? cleaning up here. Wow, it's Halloween this week, isn't it? Well, here's my costume. I'm the cool emoji. Hey. The cool emoji. Notice that my light's not on here. There we go. Okay. All my bells and whistles. I've got about 300 things to turn on and off here. Well, there's this thing called election season that we're dealing with right now. Have you felt the energy? No? Well, let me give you a little Ernest Holmes to ease your soul, okay? I have actually, it was brought to my attention that I should probably read Ernest Holmes' prayer for our country once again. So sit back and enjoy. This is My Prayer for My Country by Dr. Ernest Holmes. Believing in the divine destiny of the United States of America and in the preservation of liberty, security, and self-expression, I offer this, my prayer for my country. I know that divine intelligence governs the destiny of the United States of America, directing the thought and the activity of all who guide its affairs. I know that success, prosperity, and happiness are the gifts of freedom and are the divine heritage of everyone in this country. I know that success, prosperity, and happiness are now operating in the affairs of every individual in this country. I know the divine guidance enlightens the collective mind of the people of this country, causing it to know that economic security may come to all without the loss of either personal freedom or individual self-expression. I know that no one can believe or be led to believe that freedom must be surrendered in order to ensure economic security for all. The all-knowing mind of God contains the answer to every problem which confronts this country. I know that every leader in this country is now directed to this all-knowing mind and has the knowledge of a complete solution to every problem, and each is compelled to act upon this knowledge to the end that abundance, security, and peace shall come to all. And I know that this spiritual democracy shall endure, guaranteeing everyone in this country personal liberty, happiness, and self-expression. And so it is. Amen. Thank you, Dr. Holmes. That was written like in 1940 something. So, boy, it is timeless, isn't it? Well, trick or treatment. The power to create a world that works for everyone. Are you being tricked? Or are you just going right into treatment? Choice is up to you. You can fall into the trick. I mean, check your sources. Double check your sources. Triple check your sources. And then go back to source. Because source doesn't have a political party. It doesn't have a sexual orientation. It doesn't have a favorite color because it is all colors, all politics, and no politics at all. How great is that there is an energy that knows everything and isn't bound by a limitation of any of that stuff, right? Well, a ground rising with power begins with each one of us as we do our inner work. We create a relationship with this inner power that supports us when we go within. If we're attached to what's happening on the outside, we are just being input with misleading data. Don't go down the rabbit hole. Don't go there. Be clear. Be here now, in this present moment. As we forgive and heal our inner relationships with power, we take the next step in a grand rising by how we express our personal power. individually and collectively, with each other and with ourselves. This step asks us to release any hidden agendas. Have any hidden agendas? Well, you wouldn't know it because they're hidden. But when you find them, jettison them. Disregard those agendas, like you have to do this to get that. We begin to express our power with integrity when we connect with Source. Power expressed in this manner supports and draws those around us together in support of shared causes and ideas. There's only one of us here. There is only one source, one power, expressing as the billions of countless life forms that exist, and that's who's sitting in your seat. You know, don't buy into the drama. Are you a DQ? I don't mean Dairy Queen. I love Dairy Queen. It makes me want to go have a soft serve right after this, but I digress. Don't be a drama queen. If you find that you're being emotionally triggered by something, you have bought into some drama about something that you believe. And that's fun for a little while. But there comes a time when you don't need the drama in your life anymore. We all get to that point where we're like, you know what? I don't want to do it like that anymore. Coming together in our authentic power multiplies what we can do together. Power to the people, to the high consciousness, light workers, the people who believe in love. The difference for good we can make as a group, community, and more is expanded when we commingle our power together and when everybody gets a seat at the table. You know, somebody that disagrees with you may have an answer that you are reluctant to hear that may be the key to the universe. Just saying. Now, some of it may be hooey, but that's their hooey. God bless, don't poo-poo their woo-woo. That's where they are in consciousness. It doesn't mean you have to go there. As my dad always said, you know, my brother's looking at me funny. Well, don't look at him. I always thought that was so incredible that I didn't have to look at my brother. Because I wanted to so bad. I knew he was making a face. He always used to call me a poo-poo Lulu. I know. I was so offended. But I've gotten over it. And now I love my brother as myself. Back to my talk. In the Sermon by the Sea by Ernest Holmes that he gave at Asilomar, he said, I want to be for something and against nothing. For something and against nothing. Standing in our authentic power allows us to stand for truth, allowing ourselves to be so strongly versed in principle that nothing else matters. We need to be clear. We need to be kind and unmoved by drama, regardless of what the world looks like around us. Can you do that? You can? No. Of course you can. Well, you know what? You're in charge of your remote control on your clicker. You can put on, you know, the Halloween station just like you can put on the scary news. But why don't you put on like the Travel Channel and go somewhere nice? You know, you're turning that box on and you can turn it off. You know, if somebody hits a ball into your court and you hit it back, or you don't hit it back, game over. If someone offers you a gift of their opinion and you don't take it, to whom does the gift belong? Interesting. In the global vision developed by the Centers for Spiritual Living, great song, by the way, it is stated that we envision a world that works for everyone, for all of creation. How does this work? How can you have your opinion and I have mine and that work together? There is a way, and we just have to find that way. Just because you don't like somebody's opinion doesn't mean they're wrong or they're bad. They're just different. I mean, there are different colors that you like. If you don't like that color, it's just not bad or wrong. It's a wrong color. It's just a different color. We got to get off it. And we have to, as the light workers, hold the space for those who don't know that yet. And love them until they can love themselves. Because that's where it's coming from, is there's this misguided energy. And we're all here to refocus. Do you know what kind of spiritual coin you had to pay to be alive right now during this interesting experience we're calling the human experience? There are beings in other places that are so wishing they could be manifested right now. They're like, oh man, I missed the boat. I just get to observe this one. We got skin in the game, kids. We can change this energy if we want. We can think positive if we choose. You know, respond with love. Respond with love. Don't just react. Don't get mad. Don't get even. Just get real. Just be real. Love them till they can learn to love themselves. Another way we can create a world that works for everyone is through voting. The U.S. will be voting in the national election soon, and maybe we have already mailed in your ballot. You know, here in Oregon, we vote early and often. Only kidding. One time. And if you haven't, now's the time to fill out those little boxes, fold it up, check your roster of what you're doing, and send it in. We're not going to tell you who to vote for, but we're going to tell you to vote. As my mom would say, you can't complain if you don't vote. And then I could complain all I wanted to. Boy, was that powerful. I could complain to her about how bad everything is. She's like, do something about it. Empowered voting and participating in the process is based on a deep consideration of our choices, our practices that we support. And while we do not tell people who to vote for or what to believe, we can support them in exercising this right to make our country and our world a better place. So I urge you to do that. You know, not everybody has the right to vote. It is a privilege to be able to pick who we choose to be, do, and have in our energy. So, no single person can bring this global heart vision to life. Yet every single person can make a difference in their own life just by changing your mind of how you respond. Are you going to react? You know, reacting is when your knee gets hit and you kick. And responding is knowing that that kick is coming and holding your foot back from kicking. Just like the beauty of prayer and coming together with a shared intention, we magnify the power by our collective energy. In what you think about, you bring about. So, what is the highest and best in your world? And are you willing to do the work necessary to bring that about? Now, if you're concentrating on the solution, you're part of the solution. If you're concentrating on how bad it can get, you're giving energy to how bad it can get. It's basic science. Energy flows where your attention goes. And if your attention goes on worry and challenge, the universe always says, yes, let me show you how I can give you more to worry about and more challenges to figure out. But when we go, you know what? I know source energy has got this. And that's my vote. I vote for source. So in our spiritual journey, we're reminded of the prophecy of prayer. Spiritual mind treatment, we call it in this center for spiritual living. Scientific prayer, that we pray in a certain way. You know, there's no wrong way to pray, but there are different ways that get different results. That's how we make it scientific. You know, if I just say, please God, give me fill in the blank, that's one way, and it's not wrong. But what we have found in this teaching is that when we use the 5 steps of spiritual mind treatment, we get specific results that are proven, which makes it a science. A science is a theory that can be proven, right? If it can't be proven, it's just a theory. So what are the 5 steps of spiritual mind treatment? I know, practitioners, you know what it is. But for those of you who may have not done your homework this morning before you came in, let me share with you what we believe. We believe that there is a power. There is some sort of source, great spirit, God, Christ consciousness. You get to call it whatever you want. But we believe that there is some sort of power that is moving and animating everything that is. Step 2, unification. That you are part of that power. I'm not all that God is, but all that I am is God. There is not a spot. Good students. There's not a spot where God is not. That means you and everything else is unified as the power in form. Step 3, realization. What do you want to have realized? And can you think of your prayer as already been demonstrated? So let's say it's for abundance. We don't pray for abundance to come to us. We pray knowing we are the abundance of the universe already. See the difference? One is praying to something, and one is praying from the consciousness of it already being. It's a subtle shift in energy, but it makes a huge difference in the source energy consciousness. So once we realize that we are healthy, we are wealthy, we have relationships that work, and our creative genius has been activated, everything in life falls into one of those 4 categories: health, wealth, relationships, and creative self-expression. 4, step 4, we give thanks that it's already happening. You know what happens when you give thanks that something is already happening? You tell the universe that it's happening, and the universe gets very busy rearranging itself. He believes it. Oh my goodness. Okay, stop. Rearrange what was going to happen today because he believes it now. But we have to let go. That's the 5th step. Release. We let go and we let God do the work. See, you don't have to do the work. You don't have to do anything but know that it's doing it. Can you do that? You want to hang on to it, don't you? It's like you have a broken toy and you go to give it to your parent and you're like, fix it. I'm going to hang on to it while you fix it. No, you must give it up completely. And you must walk away, and it will be returned to you as a new toy. Do you want a new toy? Yes, I want a new toy. So let's respond with love during this heightened awareness season, I'm calling it. During this time of prickly pear and different perspectives, can't we just put aside our differences and love one another? I think we can. I know we can. So every action, however small it may seem, carries a potential to ripple out and make a difference. So what are you putting into the universe? It is through this unity and collaboration that we unleash the boundless potential of our collective energy. This is what creates a world that works for everyone, is loving ourselves and loving everyone else regardless of their perspective. That's what it's going to take. And we're there. We're there. Now, it may feel like we're not at times, but that's just the illusion. That's just a prayer request calling you deeper. Creating a world that works for everyone requires a conscious and intentional approach that extends beyond passive observation. It starts with embodying what we stand for, aligning our choices with our values, and being living examples of the positive changes that we seek in the world. If you see something, say something. Be the change that you seek in the world. Don't just complain about it. Do something about it. We have the power to influence change by engaging with our energy of source. Turn it back to source. Respond with love. So in conclusion, throughout this month, we have embarked on a profound journey of understanding and embracing our concept of power to the people. You've never not had the power. We had the appearance that we didn't, and we gave our power away. Well, it's time we took our power back, isn't it? You are source. You've never not been source. It starts from within. We have delved into the significance of our inner work, cultivating our light worker energy, our healthy expressions for power in our lives, and all of a sudden, you are coming true to yourself. Have you felt the energy shift that's going on? Just me? There is a huge quantum leap happening. You're part of it, or you wouldn't be in this room. Nobody gets left behind, but everybody comes to themselves at their own time. Power to the people lies in the collective action of responsibility we must take as we embrace our society as a whole. And this powerful notion loses its impact if we remain passive observers. We must have skin in the game. To bring about real change, we must actively engage in the world around us, knowing that what we stand for and taking purposeful action to support our beliefs is the holistic perspective of our individual and collective growth, empowering us to blend our energy seamlessly with our desire for wholeness. You are already perfect, whole, and complete. You never have not been. Part of the illusion of this experience has been that we forgot who we were. And now we remember. As we acknowledge this experience, our power begins to rebuild within us. All the blocks have been now released, and you are having a power surge. The journey of power to the people transcends individual empowerment, and it calls us all to step up and stand together and actively create a world that works for everyone, where the true potential and power of each person is celebrated and nurtured. And that, my friends, is power to the people. So it is. Amen. All right, well, it's time to follow our teaching and go within. So I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or take a soft focus on the flowers or something that takes you deeper, and let's remember who we are. There is a power that is animating all that is. It is our guides and our guardians and our ancestors. It is everything that is. That animating force that surges through us, that Christ consciousness, is activated right here and right now. It is each and every one of us. And in its activation, it is moving all the right cells in our bodies to all the right places for the perfect healing of our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. Something transformative is happening right now. I may not know what you're working with or what situation you're in, but I know that the Spirit of wholeness knows exactly what's going on in your life. And as we concentrate and move our attention to the miracle of resolution, something is shifting. A new energy is being redirected in each one of our lives towards that perfect energy source of love and compassion and divine right action. And a healing is taking place as who and what each one of us is. No matter what is going on, nothing is bigger than spirit. And as we move our attention to spiritual energy, the healing floodgates open. And resolution and divine right action are happening for each one of us right here and right now. A seeming miracle is happening as your life. How good it is to know this truth. How good it is to know that we don't have to figure it out, but collectively we are the source in form, and it is already figured out. As we rest and resolve in that love, a new wave of loving energy is washing over us. The healing has taken place, and a new energy is being attracted as who and what each one of us is. So we give great thanks for this. Thank you, divine loving source energy, for providing all the answers, all the connections, and everything needed for that miraculous healing that is taking place as our lives. It is easy to let go, to release these words directly into that living, loving law where it is already transformed by the renewing of our minds as we affirm it together by saying, and so it is. Amen. Hello. Welcome back. Okay. It is time now for our prosperity affirmation. If you'd like to take your gift and put it on your heart, or just put your hand on your heart, let us affirm this together. As I give my gift in gratitude, I know that I'm giving to a loving, giving source of good. I am grateful. And so it is. Music, Chip and Bucky.
Now you will find out why you hung on to your instrument. Because this is another little song favorite of mine about a world that works for everybody and that you can create. And it's a song that and we need percussion. It's almost a sacrilege to play a Steve Winwood song without percussion. I see somebody over there. Okay.
You can all join in.
little song you can all join in with. It's very simple and I hope it's true. Make your own words up if you want to. Any old words that you think will do. Yellow, brown, look around. And maybe I'll just sit here thinking. Black, white, stop the fight. Does one of these colors ever bother you? Little dance you can all join in with. It's very simple and I hope it's new. Make your own steps up if you want to. Any old steps that you think will do. Left, right, don't get uptight. Keep together and you'll be alright. Hands move around and make sure nobody puts you down. With it's very simple and I hope it's new. Make your own life up if you want to. Any old life that you think will do. Love, yeah, it's nothing new. And there's someone worse off than you. Help me set them free. Let's all be what we can be. There's someone worse off than you are. Help me set them free. Let's all be what we can be. Woo!
Bucky, let's say a prayer for our offertory this morning. From the love of pure spiritual energy, these tithes and gifts have been collected. They're evidence of our faith, our belief, and our ability to manifest in this world of form. And they do good work in this world, blessing the giver and receiver, and allowing this, the Grants Pass Center for Spiritual Living, to be open and available for those who are choosing to remember who they are, and for those who may not know it yet. And for that, this entire community and world is blessed with this energy of love. And so it is. Amen. And it's time for our closing song. Would you like to stand up and sing with us?
Because the song is called Stand, and you can't sit down when you're singing.
You can, but we'll all take a stand. And then play on words. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. And we are making a new world now.
And now for our benediction, please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening right now.
Something wonderful is happening right now.
It's happening in my mind.
It's happening in my mind.
in my body and in the body of my affairs. I think it, I feel it, and I know it just the way that it is and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Happy Halloween.